We used to do things together before. Now everybody has just gone. Why?
Don't tell me that you're expecting the rest of the family to come over next weekend.
Who told you that this time will not be different?
Why would it be different?
I say it will be different because I have a plan.
I can see the arrival of our Tumba money bag. Money stop nonsense. Fatuma is here.
Are you okay? Why did you fall? Auntie, this is not tourist center. This is Kujus family house.
Something about the way she moves, I can't explain it.
My name is Chooks, political science major, soon to be bar owner here in Badagry.
You study political science, now you want to be selling kai kai.
Pastor, you don't know these children. They are not innocent at all. They are just pretending. Who can she buy?
Out! Don't wear me, I feel at home, what about?
How much water did you put that? It's making him talk like this. Well, like 5 spoons.
You have disappointed this family way too many times.
You what? Let me. You are the stupid one. It's okay.
Guys, I am totally in love with this movie introducing the Kujus. I do not know why. Maybe because it's been a long time I saw a family movie, or should I say a movie centered around family, told in a very simple and beautiful way. And yes, I'm about to review the movie to tell you some of the things that I love about this movie and some of the things that were not so, you know what I mean, interesting about it. But hey, I think there were so many things that were interesting about it, and I'm about to tell you some of those things. So let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ademoye and it's good to return for another movie review. Guys, if you're new to my channel, this is a lifestyle, movie review, music review, everything in my head kind of channel. So please remember to like and subscribe to be a part of the fun that happens right here, and of course to know what movie to check out, because I tend to talk about some of the movies that are in the cinema and why you should go see them. So today we're talking about introducing the Kujus. First, let me give a round of applause to everyone that thought about this story and this movie entirely. Well, I'm sure you're wondering, what movie is it and why am I so excited? Introducing the Kujus is a family movie, a story centered around family, a very simple story that almost everyone and anyone can relate with. And yes, one of the things that worked for me about this movie is that they did it in such a unique, beautiful way, and in a way that most people would usually not want to go, and that is introducing a cultural setting that we already know. I mean, they went to Badagry. They decided to adopt the Badagry family kind of thing. Yeah, and I think that really worked. The story is very beautiful, and I'm going to tell you some of the things about it, from the story, the cast, the director, and everything that you need to know, as well as some of the lessons that you pick up from this movie if you decide to see it. Well, a little bit of background. This is a movie by Temple Company. And I'm sure some of you might have heard about Temple Company. I mean, the first time I heard about Temple, it was, I think, through Bisola, when they signed Bisola Aiyeola, the ex-Big Brother Naija contestant or housemate, who is now an actress, singer, and all of that. She's a bundle of talent. I've always liked Bisola from Project Fame back in the day. And then I heard about Temple from her first. And I think Jeff Akko, if I'm not wrong, is also signed to Temple. I think that was when I first heard about the company, and I just know them by the side until I got to realize that they were working on a movie, which is this movie introducing the Kujus. And it got even more interesting because they made Bisola produce this movie. And according to her, because I was at the premiere, when I spoke to her, she said she had always wanted to be a producer. She thought about going to school of production, but couldn't do so because of COVID-19. And then, eventually the opportunity came. A management told her, would you want to have your go on your first production project? And she said, why not? She took the challenge, and that bettered this beautiful movie introducing the Kujus. She's not the only one. I can't remember the other girl, that lady that co-produced the movie with her, but I know the movie was directed by Biodun Steven. Auntie Biodun, who I think is fantastic, by the way. I think Auntie Biodun also worked on Sugar Rush. I can't remember now, but I know she does amazing movies, direct amazing movies. Yeah, so Temple Company are the one who brought this movie together. Bisola Aiyeola is the producer, Biodun Steven is the director, and I think that they did an amazing job for their first movie. I mean, this is Bisola Aiyeola's first production. This is also Temple Company's first movie, and I am so happy about this because I feel like they might just be the right competition for Play Studio. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think so. And if I'm talking about this Play Studio, the ones makers of Living in Bondage, Rattlesnake, and all of that, if they continue like this, they might just be able to operate on that level and make their name a household name for movie production. So yeah, that's in line with the production of the movie. The story, okay, let's talk about the cast before we talk about the story. I had to write out everyone I saw in the movie that played a major role, and I think it's also beautiful to note that this movie had not so many people and they did an amazing job. So we have Femi Jacobs, who played the oldest brother of the Kujus, that's Brother Martin, more like Chief Martin. And yes, we had after him there is Ronke Odusonya, who is like the second child, and she's Maokwe. I had to write it up because they are all Mao, the Badagry way. And then we had Maoyon, who is the third child, Kunle Remy, who is an amazing actor, by the way. Then Bisola is Mausi. And finally, the last child is Timini, who is Maogbe. So we have Maoti, Maokbe, Maoyon, Maogbe, and Maosi. Yeah. So Bisola is the fourth child, and they all had their unique stories. Apart from that, let me quickly run through the cast before I tell you some of the fascinating things about the movie. We have Sophia Alakija, who played Lily. That's the photographer who had to pretend to be Kunle Remy's fiance. Because he wanted to flaunt in the family reunion. We had Bimbo Ademoye, who I think is fantastic, by the way, always an amazing actress. She played Ronke Odusonya's child in the movie. The Dollars were in the movie, two of them. I think they were really amazing. Tombra, I can't remember the girl's name now, but they were trouble children, of Ronke Odusonya. So they were sibling or kid. They were twins, yeah. Sibling to Bimbo Ademoye. So we also had MC Lively, who I think played an interesting role. He was a driver, but his role was actually very important and interesting. It was Barry in the movie. We had Mimi Onolaja, who I think this is her first time in the movie too, and she did well. She played Pamela, that's the wife to Brother Martin. And then Otumba also, I can't remember Otumba's name now, but I know this is him. If you know this face, I can't remember his name. If I get his name, I'll definitely write it in somewhere in the video. So yeah, those are the main cast. So there was also Chooks. I don't know his name too. This is Chooks, is also in the movie, and yeah, it was friends to Timini and also played interesting role. I think I saw some comedian Oliekun. I think it was the Prophet. I saw Yemi Eleshaw. Just by the side, also in the movie. Those were the people in the movie, and yes, like I said, very small cast but very impactful. The story, like I said, is about family of 5 children. They are the Kujus. and they decided, you know, they've been apart for a very long time. Everybody had gone their separate ways. Some even have beef against each other, and it got to a point where the fourth child, that's Bisola Aiyeola, let me see the Mausi Mausi decided to bring everybody together for their mom's memorial, 5th memorial. But it was quite difficult because, I mean, these are people who have been apart for a very long time, and you can always relate if you have a family like this where everybody seems to be doing things on their own. After the death of their parents, it feels like, I beg, I don't want trouble, let me stay on my own, or this one has offended me before, let me, you know, that kind of thing. You can relate, right? So she wanted to bring them together, and she's close to Timini, that is Maogbe. And so they decided to work together to bring the family together that Christmas. And it was interesting to see the bond between Bisola Aiyeola and Timini, and I think Timini is fantastic. Every time Timini outshines himself, you know, and I like him as an actor. So we had very interesting line. I think I must give kudos to the writer of this movie who introduced no cheesy line. They were all interesting. I mean, they didn't struggle to be funny. That's one thing I liked about it. It was so relatable. Like, everything they said was simple, relatable, but funny. I laughed a lot. I think one of the parts that showed the bond between Timini and Bisola Aiyeola was the part where Bisola came back from trying to prepare for the family reunion, and Timini was sitting down under the tree, which I don't know the house they used in Badagry, but I loved the setting. He was sitting under the tree, and he was like, okay, she's going to call me and disturb me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she's going, Maogbe! That was so relatable. I mean, if you have a troubled sister or a troubled sibling, you would understand that kind of rapport between siblings. So yeah, they were trying to bring everybody together, and they had to just bring them on board with something that they feel would, you know, tempt them. So they basically lied. Bisola had to lie to brother Martin that there was a chieftaincy position that the Oba of, you know, their town was about to give to him, and they know he likes recognition, he likes position. So he's a medical doctor, but he likes recognition, so he accepted to come only on that basis, which was a lie. So I liked the conversation on the phone too, even though I felt like the phone conversation was kind of long, but I liked how they had to incorporate, oh, brother Martin, sorry, Chief Martin. I liked it. It was cool. And then the Kunle Remy also, who is a model, a struggling model, but of course trying to prove to his family that he's a superstar, but we know the truth. He also liked to him that there was an inheritance they needed to share, 100 million, so he decided to come, but not alone. He came with Sophia Alakija, pretending that Sophia is his fiance, and then he had proposed to her with a ring worth in millions of naira and all of that. We also had Ronke Odusoya, who I think is my favorite in this movie for, I don't know why. I don't think I've particularly watched a movie, but I think she was really fantastic. Maybe because I know how to be a Yoruba actress, and I'm seeing her in a purely English, yeah, there was Yoruba, but purely English movie, and her English is so cool, so she really got my attention, like, okay. And I think I like the emotion in and out in the movie too. So yeah, if I was going to put anyone as my favorite in this movie, she probably would be the first. Yeah, I think she's my favorite character in the movie. So yeah, we had Ronke Odusoya with 3 children. Her husband is late, Bimbo, and then the 2 Oluwadola children. And another thing about this movie I really like is the casting, because I felt like there was some kind of resemblance between Ronke Odusoya and Bimbo Ademoye. I don't know if I was the only one that felt that way, but I saw some kind of resemblance, and I think the casting was really perfect. I don't know if because they are both on the chubby side, but something about it just really worked for me. So yeah, they got the call also to come home. She said she's not coming. Eventually said her children wanted her to go. Troubled twins and all of that. When she decided to go, she didn't have money. Then they had this Otumba who's helping the family, and Otumba decided to help. And I think I liked how the twins also tricked Otumba to come in to their mother's shop to buy some item. I mean, everything just really made sense. So yeah, eventually everybody went for the family reunion, and that's where the drama proper started, which was not too much, but yet a very interesting one. So that's what the story is about, and I really enjoyed it. You need to see it to understand some of the nitty-gritty of the story. So let me tell you some of the things that you'll be getting from this story. Apart from learning about family bond, you also be learning about the should I say troubles between husband and wife, as portrayed by Mao Tin, that's Femi Jacobs, and his wife Pamela, that's Mimi Onolaja, who I think was an interesting actress. I mean, I think I can give her the pass mark to add actress to her biography. I like the connection between them, and yes, the way they portrayed the old husband and wife story was really interesting too. It was peaceful and sweet. They didn't have to do too much to show us what it meant to, be husband and wife on the movie set. You know what I mean? And then the husband did not like children, even though he's a medical doctor. The wife wanted children. That kind of thing. They showed us how those issues were, how to resolve that kind of issue if you are in that situation. Because trust me, some people go through that kind of thing. So yeah, apart from family bond, we had to learn about that. Originality is another thing that was talked about. I mean, everybody wanted to, at some point, it felt like all of them had a fake life they were living, and they had to bring out the, lesson of living an original life without considering what people say or what people think about you. And yes, medical issues were also pointed out, health issues, particularly the part where we got to realize that Bisola Aiyeola was diabetic. And that was even noticed by Otumba, who also came to the family reunion actually, and he saw a band on her hand, and he noticed because his wife, who was late already, also suffered that kind of issue. And it was when you're feeling like, okay, what's left in this movie, and then they brought that out, it was kind of touching for me, like, okay, so there's still another lesson to pick out of this, and how Bisola couldn't even tell her family members that she's diabetic because she felt nobody cared about her, nobody listened, nobody asked that question, so she hid her medical condition from them until she fainted during the family reunion, and everybody got to know eventually. So yeah, that moment was quite decisive for them too, and I liked it. I really like it because, I mean, these are things that happen in families. And then I also watched them settle their differences. I mean, the emotion, the way they went in and out. I don't think I've ever teared in the cinema. I teared yesterday because, of course, I laughed too much, but it got to a point where they got emotional. I mean, where Uncle Martin and Bimbo, Ronke Odusoya, that was Maokwe. The Mao is too much. So Uncle Martin and Maokwe were trying to resolve their issue because Maokwe had beef with Martin, thinking that he killed, or he didn't do much for her husband, who died in his care as a medical doctor, not knowing that her husband actually chose to go because he felt it was a burden to his family. So that moment where they settled their differences was also very emotional for me, and at some point I teared. Yeah, I teared. And one thing I like about movies where emotions are sustained, or one thing I like about movies where we have some level of emotion, is sustain the emotion. Don't take us in and just unplug us. No, sustain it. And that was exactly what they did. They were able to sustain their emotion. So they drew us in smoothly and also brought us out smoothly. And I think that's one thing I really liked about their emotions when they went into it. And yeah, there are quite a number of other things, but those are basically some of the things I got from the movie, and I enjoyed them thoroughly. I thought that they didn't, like I said, they didn't try hard to be funny. They were natural. Everybody played their part. And even the end where they had to force Kuleremi to state his intention to Sophie Alakija, that was quite interesting too. I liked it. And when they eventually kissed, Sophie went deep in that scene. I wasn't even expecting her to cry, and then she just went deep and started crying. Yeah, I think I like that too. And the way Kuleremi sealed it with a kiss, like, what? Well, in all, it was interesting. Yeah, there were some flaws. I noticed some technical issues from the sound. I think some part the sound was rather loud. And then some part too, we had transition issue from one scene to another, which I think could have been better. Yeah, at some point too, some camera angle were blurry. That I noticed that also, but generally I think it's a beautiful movie, nice set. I like their dining table that was outdoor dining table, and it was around a tree. It was very beautiful. I think one of the things I'll probably have loved to see more is having the family go to some traditional centers in Badagry. Yes, Sophie and Kuleremi did that, but it wasn't enough. It was just like by the side. kind of thing. But if they had done more to have the family explore some places in Badagry, maybe I would have loved it more, because you know Badagry is a very beautiful place. But apart from that, generally it was a very interesting movie. I think MC Lively did an amazing job with his character. Funny, I mean, he's naturally funny. The way he talks, the way he sounds is always very funny. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So in all, I think you should go see this movie. I would definitely rate it 8 over 10. I'm particularly looking forward to more from Temple Company, and I give big ups to Bisola Aiyeola, and I say congratulations to you on your production debut, which I think is a huge success. Now they are beginning to get a lot of what's it called now, accolade. I think I saw something on the internet I thought to share with you. Okay, they are currently #1 new movie in box office, as well as the second highest grossing on an opening weekend. Yeah, so yeah, they deserve it. Trust me, they deserve it. So yeah, that's what I think about the movie introducing the Kujus. Let me know what you think if you've seen it, and let me know if you're going to watch it based on my review in the comment section down below. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you soon in another one.